Okay, so if you've ever been in charge of event marketing, you know the feeling, right? It could be an absolute mess. But what if there was a way to just clean it all up? Today, we're going to look at a technology that creates a direct pipeline straight into your customer's calendar. It's all about turning that chaos into a simple, direct connection.
And it's a question I think we've all asked ourselves at some point. I mean, in a world of one-click everything, why is inviting someone to an event still so broken? It's this clumsy, multi-step process that's just frustrating for literally everyone involved.
And this slide just lays out that shared pain perfectly. Look, for organizers, you're stuck building these RSVP forms. Then you gotta generate like 4 different iCal download buttons. One for Google, one for Apple, Yahoo, Outlook. Then you're blasting out reminder emails, just hoping people actually added it to their calendar. And for customers, it's just as bad. You have to download a file, hope it opens in the right calendar app, and then you have to go back to fill out some other form. It's just way too many clicks.
But what if we could just collapse that entire messy workflow? That's exactly where this idea of a calendar invite pipeline comes into play. It's a really simple, kind of elegant solution that completely rethinks the whole process from the ground up. So instead of that scattered, multi-step mess, you get one single unified action. You send out one calendar invite, it lands right in their inbox, they click it once, and that is it. From that moment on, you have a direct, live connection to their calendar for that specific event.
To really get how this works, let's just follow a simple story. Let's meet Mandy. She's our event organizer. And Zach, he's her customer. We're going to see exactly how this technology works for them in a real-world scenario.
Okay, so Mandy is running promotions tied to the NFL game schedule. First, she just puts all the game events on her own Google Calendar, just like she normally would. Then, and this is the key part, she just forwards those events to a special email address from the calendar invite server. And that's it. Her setup is done. The server automatically grabs each game and stores it as its own unique trackable event. Now let's flip over to Zach's experience. Mandy shares a landing page with all the upcoming games. Zach finds the page, pops in his email, and clicks a single button for the game he wants to follow. And boom, the calendar invite is sent directly to his inbox. No weird downloads, no separate forms, nothing. Okay, this is where it gets really, really powerful because, an event is a living thing. Details change, offers get updated. In the old world, that would mean sending out another messy email blast. But with this pipeline, something way more elegant happens. So Mandy decides she wants to add a promotion. Now get this, she doesn't log into some complicated dashboard. Nope, she just opens the original event in her own Google Calendar, adds this text to the description, and hits save. That's all she does. The server picks up that change instantly. And this right here is the magic. Zach gets a notification on his phone, he looks, and that t-shirt offer is now sitting right there inside the event on his calendar. He's intrigued, so he changes his RSVP to maybe. And Mandy? She sees that status change in her dashboard in real time. So Mandy sees that Zach is on the fence, and she decides to sweeten the deal. And again, she just goes back to her Google Calendar event, and this time she updates it with a much better offer, a free jacket worth $125. She changes the booth number and the value and hits save. And just like that, the new jacket offer automatically replaces the old t-shirt offer right inside Zach's calendar. He sees this high-value item and immediately flips his RSVP back to yes. Mandy has just successfully used the calendar as a dynamic messaging channel to get a customer to take action, and she sees his confirmation instantly. So, you're probably wondering, how is this live, two-way communication even possible? Let's pull back the curtain for a second and look at the simple but really powerful tech that makes this whole messaging pipeline work. Well, the flow is actually incredibly simple. It all starts with Mandy's calendar. Anytime she makes a change, any change at all, that update gets sent to a central server. The server then immediately pushes that exact same update out to everyone who has the event, like Zach. It's a continuous, live loop. The secret weapon holding all of this together is something called a unique ID, or UID. The easiest way to think about it is like a tracking number for a package, but for each specific invite. This unique code creates a permanent link between Mandy's original event and Zach's copy of it. It's how the server knows exactly which event to update and how to track each person's individual RSVP. So, understanding the how is cool, but the why is what makes this a real game changer for businesses. So, let's talk about the practical implications here.
And the great thing is, it's really flexible. Organizers have a bunch of ways to send these smart invites. You can use landing pages like Mandy did for reaching a lot of people. You can embed buttons right into your emails for a seamless feel, or you could even use a special app to send exclusive invites to your VIP lists.
And you're probably thinking, this kind of tech must cost a fortune, right? Well, it's surprisingly accessible. A domain owner can send up to 1 million of these calendar invites a year for less than $10,000. I mean, that opens the door for a ton of different use cases. So, who is this for, really? Well, the ideal customers are businesses that manage a lot of events or appointments. We're talking large brands, service providers, newsletters that have community events, OEMs, and especially sports verticals, just like we saw in our example with Mandy and Zach. So let's just bring it all home. When you put it all together, this technology really does transform event marketing. It collapses a super messy workflow into a single click. It creates a direct and lasting communication channel. It lets you do powerful real-time updates. And it gives you live, individual RSVP tracking. And that really leaves us with one final big thought. The calendar is one of the most personal and valuable spaces on a person's device. So if your brand had a permanent, live connection right there, what would you want to say?